Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. I had started class a little bit ago and had some technical difficulties, so we're here to start over. Let's get going. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Open the arms. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Hands circle to the front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. And reach out. Roll up. Keep the circle smooth. Keep the movement smooth. Keep shoulders down. Open the hip. One more time. Fingertips up. Elbows drop down. Wrists. Hands return to your sides. Right leg front, left leg back. Keep the knee open. Use the heel. Push into the knee, push into the heel. Ready? And 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Sing. And other side. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Sing. And come on up. Alright. Leg sets. Outward circle with the right on the left. Pull up. Hold through the center on the left. Right? And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it down. Right side. And so we're going to hold through the center on the right and bring up the left to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inward circle on the left with the right. Pay attention. Hold through the center. Support the back. And inward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the left. Inward circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it down. Okay, so I had struggled with my balance a little bit, and it's important to recognize that, understand it, and try to fix it. What happened? Why was there? What happened? What was going on? Right? For me, I was not holding well enough through the center to support that circle and the weight of my leg as I was making the circle. That hold partly depends on bringing the foot in. So if the foot's if the foot's just kind of out here somewhere, you see me keep putting my foot down, right? If the foot's just kind of out here somewhere, it's harder to do that. It's harder to make the circle with the leg. I can bring my hip and my knee into it and be able to do something, but that's not what we're trying to do here. If I pull my foot in, right, here, now I can much more easily describe that circle with my knee. And that's what we're going, that's the goal. This is a circle. It helps to open the hip. It helps to create dexterity through the upper part of the leg, and it helps to manage balance as we're moving, as we're doing all of the things that we do. Being able to manage that center and being able to maintain a solid balance, we need that. All right. I still have some issues You see me holding my hand here. I have, I still have some issues with my hand. So, some of the things that we're going to work on are more focused on the particular movements. This same thing that we've been doing all week, right? Each of the movements as we work through slowly. So we know what they are, and then I'll speed it up next week. I'm probably not going to speed it up too much today. Okay? Excuse me. As we pay attention to, and again with the first move, this comes across and down and back around and up. That slow, pretty slow, right? I'm going to come across and down and around and up. That use of the tip of the sword makes all the difference in the finesse, I guess is the best way to say it, that we have with the sword. Right. If we're not paying attention to the tip and what we are using it for, this doesn't make any sense. Right? Little fillet, right? Just a little. In, out, around, up. That sense of what have I got? What am I doing with it? Right? If I'm thinking about slicing with this part of the blade, it's a different type of a move. Right? Right? I'm not paying attention to the tip. Here, I am paying attention to the tip. Here, I am. Being able to do that is one of the things that we need to be able to do with the double-edged sword. Jen. Broadsword, not so much. Broadsword slices really well. There is a tip on it. There is. Not the same, and not the same idea behind as the tip on double-edged sword. Okay, so what have I got? What are we doing with it? What we have from the beginning, real slow, the opening, right? Open left, open right, on the left, come across, and turn, change hands, come around, up, down, and turn. Okay? After that, so I'll talk about this a little bit more in a minute. After this, right? We're here. Step through, slice down and up. Come from under. And we're going to work on this for just a minute, this next part of the series. Pay attention to, and I talked about this before when I came in this room to do the review. The space that we have. What do I have to do to manage this space? And what cannot change to accommodate this space? One of the things that cannot change is the length of my sword. It's not going to change. The extension, I can pull it back a little bit. I don't really want to practice that, being aware that I might have to do it, yes. yeah, I don't really want to practice it. So how can I position myself in the space that I have so that I can open up each movement, right? Take all of the space. How can I do that? Where do I have to be? And where am I going? Can I get there? Right? So if I step back here, and I can move the chair out of the way, but I'm not going to right now. All right, if I step back here, step up, under. I don't have enough room to keep going. Right? It's not enough room. Checking. Alright, I'm here. Next step. 1, 2, 3. And we come out again. I'm over here. I don't have enough room to do that. So I have to back up. Right? Where should I stop? How should I, right? That we would all have plenty of space to practice in would be great. That'd be great. We don't. We don't. I've dealt with this pretty much forever. Now, we practice outside. My taking the recording equipment going outside is not going to happen. But I will do some open space recording of this form as part of what we're doing, so you can see the connections and where it goes. The step by step step, turn, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I would have hit the plant. I would have hit the plant stand if I'd come up there. So I pulled it back. That was what I was just talking about, right? So as I come through, here, I wasn't going to hit the plant stand. And notice that I'm not real stiff with the back leg. It's bent. This same idea that I use in the leg stretches, that the legs are open and fully working, and that we have a correct placement through the hip and through the torso to be able to use the sword. Okay, this right here. 4, 6, dragon step. As I come under, I could, right? This has more strength than this. I'm too high here. I am. A little bit of bend back here. Just a little. It's not all the way out. Just a little. Just enough. Put some play in the leg. Just enough. That little difference. The knee's not stiff and straight. It's bent just a little bit, but it's not bent a lot. And it opens up the hip so that as I turn, I can use my hip, I can turn the waist, use my hip to bring the sword up. That capability isn't there if my leg is stiff and straight. It's not. I might be able to do something else, but not this. I want this, all right? I want this, I want that movement through the body, extending through the sword as I turn and come up. That I'm started to think about what we're going to do next, and we need to practice this one first. Okay, so what I started to say was that sense of that combination of where my sword is, what I'm doing with it, right? It's right here. We need that for this move. So let's practice this extension first, and then we'll come back here to the center and practice that change. All right. Dragon turns his body and plays in the water. Dragon twisting and turning. Dragon playing in the water. Dragon playing in the water. All right. Let me do this. That'll work. Alright, I'm here. Right leg front. Sword is flat. Extended front. Sword hand in the back. Step forward. Slice down. To the knee. Look down. Step up. And come from under. Again. One, two, three. Now, I will say, we're going to do it one more time. It is easier if we don't try to stop in the middle of the step. So, 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. It's important to be able to sustain each movement. So, this is 1, 2, 3, right? One, two, three. All right, now that 1, 2, 3. As the sword comes down, it's easier, right? From here, sword comes down here. It's easier for me to transfer my weight if I keep going. If I stop here and then shift to come up, I need to be centered. At center. It needs to be there if I'm moving through as well. It's harder to hit because I'm moving more statically if I stop for each move. I'm going to stop for each move. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And you don't get to fall out of it. Stay up there. Alright. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright. That was alright. It could be better. It could be better. But that idea, and I'm going to take it, that idea that we hit the mark, we're there, stay there, then come down, has to be present. Doesn't matter how fast you're moving, doesn't matter how slow you're moving, it has to be there. Otherwise, what are you doing? I missed my mark. Where's the mark? I don't know. Right? It shows in every movement we do. If we know what we're doing, what am I doing? What am I doing with the blade? What am I doing here? And we know where it's going, how it moves. we can manage the movement in conjunction with what the body is doing and the intent behind. What's the intent behind here? Am I slicing up? I am. Come back this way, I am. Down? No. I'm using the pointy edge of the sword. Right? Jab down. Which is the next, right? As we have just finished this series, right? I'm here. Notice the position of my hand is turned up. Over. Step up. You need to hit this position, right? And turn to the other side. Here. And come up and around. Up again. Slice down. Pull the foot in. And step forward. That step forward. This time, the edges of the blade are up and down, not side to side. So we want this. We don't want this. This time. Go straight. That series, we pay attention to the tip. Here and here. Edge of the blade, edge of the blade, edge of the blade, and the tip. Yeah, I can't step forward from here, but we can do the side to side, and the step forward's pretty easy. All right. I have to step back just a little bit. All right. From underneath, sword comes up. Take it down on the left to the point. Use the point. Down on the right. Use the blade. Down the center. Turn it over, up the center. Down the side. And ready to extend. One more time. Sword. Turn the hand. And bring it up and down. 1 and 2. Along the center. Up. Down the side, and extend. It is, for me, easier to do a lot of things with the step. It's also important to break it down so that each piece, each part of each movement is clear. The stepping methods help carry what we're doing, right? Turning the waist, a very static movement right now. All right, this is very static. Let's do this one more time. This is very static. I'm not doing very much with this because I want to pay attention to the tip, and I'm really trying to move slowly so that clarity is absolutely there. Right? Looks like my error message is back. It came and went. Good. Alright. I fixed it. I did. I think I fixed it. Alright, so if I am checking for space. If I'm here, right? And Not so slow, but it's exactly the same move. It will also look bigger if I'm moving, right? That's just pretty much my arm, right? So if I'm, see if I can do that. Yeah, all right, I think I can. I'm gonna try. Yeah, that's check your step. Where's your step? Where do you need to be for what? A little awkward. I really don't want to take out the chandelier. There's a nice light fixture up here I don't want to take out. And again, we talk about that frequently. That is much easier to focus on and pay attention to if you don't have other things to pay attention to, if you don't have other objects you have to worry about. Being outside is great. Being inside, where do I have to be in this space to do that move? Where do I have to be? Not so good. Be a problem. It would. Yeah, it's kind of a problem too on the other side, right? On this side, it's possible, right? What is the geometry? Because that's what we're talking about. What is the geometry of the space that you're in? Where are you going with the sword? Where's the movement go? How can you manage the space that you're in? What do I do? I back up, right? I adjust the position. Where am I? There's a light fixture there. I don't want to, if I do this underneath a light fixture, if I stand here, it looks like I could do this. I can't. Light fixture. I'd take it out. Nope. Not this one either. There we go. That, down, up, down. Remember that we do go all the way down. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As we come down, pull in. Even if, again, and I've talked about this before, depending on your hip flexibility, depending on your body flexibility, depending on, all kinds of your knees, how strong your legs are, how strong your body is, what you're holding, what you can hold. The up and down is necessary, but the extent of it isn't. Alright, so, yeah, I think I can do this here. As I come around here, this is fine. That I'm going to sink here, drop my weight. That's as far as I can go. That's it, right? Knowing where you can go is the key. It does go all the way down, right? So I'm close. I'm close. I'm leaning too far. I'm still leaning too far forward, and that is a problem. Not quite all the way there yet. Getting close. That all the way down and come back up is something we want to cultivate. I'm going to use it. I got to use it again in the next several moves. Right, we're only up to movement 4 here. So, we have, I'm going to wrap up for today. We have so far covered the first 4 movements in Wudang Dragon Sword. And I'll put the names up with the video. The opening movement, which is the same for Wudang Tai Chi Sword, and the same for Wudang Tai Chi, except without the sword. Right? We're still doing the same set. As we come around here, the sword comes across, down, little fillet, up, then down, in, back up, down, up, under, and in, cross, up, down, and out. And I couldn't do the last big step because I ran into the wall. That series gives us fundamentals for Dragon Sword and how the sword moves. Right? That we need to pay attention to and develop the skill through the wrist and the hand. Even my hand is sore, I've still got something there, I'm still managed. That facility is something that we want to work for. Whether each move is perfect or not, it's practice. What are we practicing? Wudang Dragon Sword? More than that. Focus, paying attention to the full extent of what we have. Paying attention to the movement and how the movement translates into additional movement in what we're carrying. Okay, so if I was carrying a staff, if this was a staff, I would be doing different movements and I couldn't be in this room. I would take out the light fixture. That sense of what do we have, how does it work, what are we doing with it, is so very important in any kind of weapons training. It matters in all of our empty hand forms as well. What am I trying to do here? What am I doing? But what am I doing with this? It's not a club. It's not round on the sides like a staff would be. So the kinds of things that I'm going to do with this are not going to be the same as what I would do with a staff, with the dao, the broadsword. Not the same. We need to pay attention to that idea as well. I will be back tomorrow. Wudang Qigong foundation sets. I make sure I got room to do this behind me here. Foundation sets tomorrow. Advanced sets on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Dragon Sword again, Thursday and Friday Qigong. I hope you'll join me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.